welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the brand new Anastasia and Amrezy palette. It just launched a couple weeks ago. This is what it looks like. The packaging is very shimmery and glittery. It is a little bit bigger than your typical Anastasia palette. So a regular Anastasia eyeshadow palette has 14 shades in it. This new one actually has 16, so you're getting 2 extra shades. And with those 2 extra shades, it is a little bit more expensive. It is $49, but it does make up for it with those 2 extra eyeshadows. Now, a typical Anastasia eyeshadow palette ranges from $42 to $45. I do have almost all of Anastasia's eyeshadow palettes, and pretty soon I'm going to be doing a mini series called 3 looks using 1 palette. So it will be featured with this palette. I'm going to be filming it soon, and I'll be doing it with all of my other palettes as well, just so you guys can see that you can create more than 1 or 2 looks with each eyeshadow palette, and you can definitely get creative with it. So this is what the inside of this palette looks like. I am barefaced right now because we are going to do a quick little tutorial on a look, and I will do swatches for you guys. It's definitely a interesting palette. It does have a lot of fun colors, but you do still get your neutrals in here, so you can create a day to night look or something fun. Alright, so we are going to do an eyeshadow tutorial with this palette. I don't know what I'm going to create right now, but we will kind of play around with it, try to use as many shades as I can so I can show you a fair review on what I think of this palette. But yeah, for right now, let's jump right into the swatches. Alright guys, so to start off the tutorial, I'm taking my P. Louise makeup base and I'm just applying it to both my eyes to prime my lids for the shadow. Alright, so here I'm taking the shade OG on a big fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of blowing it out into my crease, and I'm also bringing it in to the inner corner because I'm going to create kind of like a halo eye. And just make sure you blend this really good. You don't want any harsh edges, and just build it up little by little. I don't like my looks to be too dramatic because then it's a little harder to blend out at the end, but just repeat the same process on both eyes. Here I'm taking the shade 1988 and I'm just building it up little by little in the outer corner and putting it in my crease as well. I'm trying to keep it a little lower than that initial crease shade, and I put it on a more dense brush just to make it a little bit more precise. And I'm just doing it little by little and repeating the same step as the initial crease shade, just bringing it into the inner corner as well. Here I'm going back in with the big fluffy brush that we used initially, and I'm just smoking everything back out, going back in with 1988 if needed. Now I'm taking the shade Yugo on a more precise brush, and I'm just darkening up the look, making it more smoky. Just take your time with this if you don't want the more dramatic look. And then I'm going back in with the brush that we used to blend everything out. Now I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape and I'm just placing it with a flat concealer brush in the middle of my eye so we can place our shadow there. This just gives your eye look a little bit more of a blank canvas, so it can make the color that you put there pop out more. And just blend it out. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to add more shadow to each end to blend everything together. And just I'm blending it out with my finger. Now I'm taking the shade Georgina and I'm just applying it with my finger in that spot that we used concealer with, and it just gives your look a nice smokiness and it's a very good bronze shade. Now with my other finger I'm taking a little bit of Anastasia, which is that pinky gold color, and placing it right in the middle of that just to give my look a little bit more lightness. And I'm going back in with the brushes that I used originally with very, very minimal product to blend everything together. Going back in with Yugo and just deepening everything. And just make sure you take your time and blend everything. And now I'm taking a makeup wipe and I'm just perfecting the edges to make it look a little bit more sharp. And I did get a little bit of fallout, but I just cleaned that up with the makeup wipe. So this is what I decided to do. I went for more of a grungy look. I think these eyeshadows perform pretty well. I did have a little bit of trouble with the Yugo shade right here. I thought it was a little patchy. I had to really build it up, and with darker colors I feel like it's best not to overpack them, but I mean it worked for the look that I'm going for today. Both of these shades performed really, really well. They blended out super, super nicely. I have them in my crease. I used some of the Georgina shade, and I think this is gorgeous. It definitely gives off a grungy look. And then I just put a little tiny bit of Anastasia in the middle just to brighten it up a little bit. I think I'm still going to add a little bit of the Anastasia right in my inner corners. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I just applied my lashes. They're the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are my favorite drugstore lashes. They last a long time and they feel very, very comfortable. They're not super bulky, but they still give you that nice flutter look. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into the palette and I'm going to do my under eye. Now for my face, I did try out the Tati Blendiful. If you guys are interested in seeing what I think about this little puff, go ahead and click the link in the description below and it'll be the video to where I review this. I'm just going to take a little pencil brush and I'm going to dip into the shade OG. And I'm just going to line the bottom while smoking it out. Alright, now I'm actually gonna take some of the Samsa shade. It's like the purpley color, and I'm just gonna kind of smoke that out under there as well, just to give my look a little pop of color. I really like how that looks. Alright, now for my inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and pop some of the Anastasia color. It's like that pinky gold color that I put in the center. I think that looks really pretty. And I'm just going to go ahead and add mascara to my bottom lashes. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. I love this mascara from the drugstore. I'm going in with the Morphe in the shade Toasty. So I'm just lining my lips. I think this look is perfect for this time of year. When it's winter, I am obsessed with it. I really like how this look came out. I think it's the perfect balance between smoky and grungy. I think it looks awesome with this lip. It kind of gives me 90s vibes, if you will. I think this palette is great. It's definitely very versatile. You can do a lot of looks with it. You can do a lot of neutral looks. And it does have the fun pops of color. The glitters, I'm not totally obsessed with them. I like glitter eyeshadows, but these are kind of like dry. So you definitely need a glitter glue to put them on your eyes, as opposed to like the Tati palette, that her glitters have like a, not a gel, but they have more of a wet feeling, so you don't necessarily need a glitter glue for hers. But these, definitely if you want to play around with the glitters, you would want to get a glitter glue. NYX makes a really good one, and it's very inexpensive. Overall, I think this is a great palette. If you have some of the other Anastasia palettes, I don't necessarily think you need this one. I know Riviera has blues and pinks as well, so if you already have that palette, I don't think you necessarily need this one, unless you are a collector of eyeshadow palettes like myself. I have a bunch of eyeshadow palettes that some of them look very similar, but I just love collecting Anastasia palettes. The quality in her palettes are great, and this one is no exception to that. I did find a discount code actually for the Anastasia website. I'll link it down below. It's not an affiliate link, but you can definitely save a little bit of money on the palette. I think with the code, the palette comes out to be around $36, which is actually really good. And Anastasia now offers Afterpay. So if you're not really familiar with that, you can split your payments in 4, and it comes out every 2 weeks, which is pretty nice if you're starting to get into makeup or you want to try a different brand, but you don't want to spend all of the money all at once. It kind of splits it up into 4 payments, which I thought is pretty cool. So that's definitely something to check out. I'll link their website down below as well. But yeah guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below if you guys are planning on buying the palette or if this video was helpful. I really appreciate feedback and would like to see what your guys' opinions are. What do you think of the look I created today? Like I said earlier, I am planning on doing the mini series for the 3 looks using one palette, and that will be coming up pretty soon. I have to go ahead and look through my palettes to see which ones I want to come up first. But this palette will definitely be in that series because there is a lot of looks you can create just using this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!